our students first learn to draw the map of our country the way it should be. In higher classes, they are told, no, no, you put a yellow line here, you put a red line here. The area beyond the line is ours, but it is not with us. Then questions are asked, why is it not with us? The words nation, integration, they start sounding hollow. It has been over 70 years now, and there is still a confusion that what are the boundaries of my country. There has been bloodshed, and there will be continued bloodshed unless this confusion is removed and all controversies related to it are laid to rest. A lot has been said, a lot has been written on PoK. I will limit my submissions to only those facts which are not in dispute. Pakistan occupied Kashmir was never a part of Pakistan. After partition, intruders from the neighboring northwest region, other places, they were joined by the Pakistani army. They entered J&K. Mass murders were committed, rape, loot. Women were captured, taken to other cities, sold off. These facts are not in dispute, and they can neither be forgotten nor can they be forgiven. The ruler of J&K, he asked India for help and protection. A demand was put forward, release Sheikh Abdullah ji from imprisonment. Now, why this demand was put forward? Whether it was due to the special relationship between Abdullah ji and Nehru ji, these things are now academic. But the fact remains that Abdullah ji was released and Kashmir acceded to India. It became a part of India just like other princely states. Indian forces were airlifted. They went to Srinagar and they pushed the intruders back. Later, a ceasefire was agreed to. This is when the Indian forces were close to, they were in a position to drive the intruders beyond Muzaffarabad and right back to the places from where they had come. There are different views as to why this ceasefire was agreed to or why the matter was referred to the UNO at all. It is said that it is Abdullah ji who did not want the entire J&K vacated. He was uncomfortable with the northwestern areas. He perceived them as a threat to his rule in democratic Kashmir, India. But whatever may be the reasons, the fact remains that the LOC came into existence. Our citizens who happened to be residing on the other side of the LOC were cut off. They could not enjoy the luxury of a democracy. They could not vote for the assembly seats which were earmarked for them, not to the parliament. And what further was in store for them? A phrase, Azad Kashmir, was coined. Some type of a local government with limited powers was put in place. The administration and governance was from Pakistan. Similarly, during this period, this is before the accession, when these intruders had come, there was a localized uprising, a local revolt in the area of Gilgit, Baltistan. The Pakistanis walked in. Again, the administration of Gilgit was from Pakistan. Pakistan itself came out of colonial rule in August 47. And the first thing they did was to enter an area which did not belong to them and made a colony. And to what use did they put this colony? Youth was indoctrinated. Falsehood, false propaganda, purchased for 4 lakh, 5 lakh rupees. These are today's rates. Given weapons, pushed across the border to commit acts of terror, kill people. They trained Fidains, sent them to Mumbai, Delhi, recently in Punjab, Dinanagar, Pathankot. They have been sent all over Kashmir. And not satisfied with all this, they now invite the ISIS, whose stated aim is international terrorism, to form bases there. Use the youth as cannon fodder. What has been outlined will give an insight to the complete injustice which has been done. This injustice is required to be rectified. When there is talk of rectification, there is talk of unification of Kashmir. So many excuses are put forward. What will the international community say? What will A say? What will B say? The international community is well aware of the terror bases which are there. In fact, it is the responsibility of India, both legal and moral, to ensure that there are no terror bases whether this side or that side of the LOC. Demographic excuses are put forward, forgetting that India is a secular country. There are 20 crore Muslims in India. The population of these PoK administered territories, Gilgit and Azad Kashmir put together, is about 60 lakh. There are 4 crore Muslims in Uttar Pradesh. Then there is talk of plebiscite. Now even in this adjoining state of Punjab, an organization wants a referendum. First you commit acts of terror. Then you put forward demands which these people themselves know cannot be acceptable. There is reference to UN resolutions, forgetting that the resolutions were only advisory, and even in those advisory resolutions, the precondition was that Pakistan should vacate the illegally occupied territories. Excuses are unending. I will very humbly suggest 2 parameters. One, not an inch of Indian land is negotiable. 2, no act of terror is acceptable. within these two parameters, if any demand is put forward, any grievance, real or imaginary, is aired, that should be addressed with fairness and justice. I suggest three small steps. It is required to address the indoctrination of our youth across the LOC. It has to be explained to them that India is your homeland. You were artificially cut off. You could not enjoy a democracy. Atrocities were committed, you were abused, you were misused. We were silent spectators. We are sorry for that. Please unite with your homeland. Better late than never. Come, progress, prosper. A short and simple message to Pakistan. Please vacate the territories you have illegally occupied. You are not welcome. You are not welcome. And three, in case need be, the intruders should be removed in the same manner as an intruder should be removed if he enters someone's home. Perhaps what is known as offensive defensive in a very controlled, measured manner may be required. Today is Janmashtami. Please permit me to refer to a shlok from Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavti bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sijapya paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। गीता में इस श्लोक में लिखा है कि जब अधर्म अधिक हो जाता है तो श्री कृष्ण स्वयं हस्तक्षेप करते हैं, धर्म की स्थापना करते हैं। गीता में श्री कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को उपदेश दिया कि अन्याय हुआ है, अधर्म हुआ है, अपना कर्तव्य कीजिए। इधर 1947 से लेकर अब तक अन्याय हुआ है, अधर्म बढ़ा है, तो आवश्यकता पड़ने पर हस्तक्षेप करना उचित होगा। Recently, Article 370 was done away with. An impediment to the integration of the nation was removed. There were comments from certain political leaders of J&K. These leaders of J&K were required to raise the demand for the unification of Kashmir. It is the population of Kashmir which is suffering due to the artificial divide. These leaders are well aware of what is going on the other side, the atrocities, the misuse. No such voice was raised. Instead of gratitude, they speak against our armed forces, who have protected them from 1947 to now. They abuse the democratic institutions to harm and harass the security personnel. Mr. Pandey is sitting here. When citizens from Srinagar, other places, they have to vacate the valley, go to far-off places to the bazaars of Delhi. And if a voice of concern is raised for them, these leaders coin phrases like, it is these leaders who coined it, anti-Kashmiri, anti-Muslim. Now when 370 is removed, instead of welcoming it, a step in the healthy integration of the nation. And the next step is a united Kashmir integrated with the nation. There is one comment after another. I will draw attention to one comment as an illustration. Mr. Omar Abdullah says that if Article 370 is not there, Kashmir will not be a part of India. Sorry, Mr. Abdullah. A united Kashmir will always be a part of India. It will not go anywhere. What will go is political and economic exploitation. I close with one very small submission, sir. India is a vast country, diverse. So many languages, religions. Yet there is a thread, a bond, which binds the nation together. Hindutva. Here I am not referring to the religion. I am referring to the region. Ganga will remain Ganga whatsoever may be the boundaries of kingdoms and countries it flows through. Har ki paudi will be Har ki paudi, whether it is in Uttar Pradesh or Uttarakhand. The shrines of Vaishno Devi, Amarnath, are in Kashmir. Srinagar was founded during the Mauryan dynasty, and when King Ashok turned Buddhist, it is the monks of Kashmir who took Buddhism to neighboring areas which are now in China and Tibet. Kashmir is named after Rishi Kashyap. Sharda, it is the abode of goddess Saraswati, Sharda Peeth, the foremost temple university of the subcontinent, is in Kashmir today. It is in PoK. It is an ancient, age-old ancient seat of learning. Students from Kashi, Varanasi, after completing their education, used to take a few symbolic steps in the direction of Kashmir to show that they are aspiring for higher education. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji attained martyrdom to protect the citizens of Kashmir. Such are the bonds between Kashmir and the rest of the country. It is these bonds which took Shyama Prasad Ji to Srinagar, and we all know what happened there. The antics of a few individuals during these formative years, 47, 48, 49, or even subsequently. Few individuals sitting, whether sitting in Rawalpindi or Srinagar or Delhi, they are too weak to affect such bonds, and this should be made clear to all. It is time to unite Kashmir, integrate Kashmir in a healthy manner with the country, and take the nation forward. Two, in the words of Dr. Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.